Cheers there, YouTube. Brother.
Woo. It's that time once again. What time is it?
What time is it? It's Bro Show time!
Oh. Oh.
There we go.
There goes. Here, eat this place up. You gotta eat all the way.
Oh, wait a minute.
All over.
We gotta do the Disco Inferno. That's the only move I remember him doing.
I'm scared.
Might explode.
If eating was a way, you're eating all over this place.
A yeetin'?
You're Bobby
Hey,
Heenan.
they make the thumb wrestlers on. If you go on Walmart.com, they make a little wrestling ring that you stick your thumbs
Are
up
you
through, and it comes
for
with
those heads?
yeah, and it comes with I think. Oh, who was it? It was like Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes. Something like.
Logan Paul was one of the rare ones too to get.
Was he? Wasn't
Yeah,
he?
him and I think The Rock were the two.
Oh well,
like,
maybe
rare
it's somebody. Anyway, if you go on, but at least it tells you who you're getting. It's not
Yeah.
like a mystery, but it's cool. It's just a little plastic ring. To stick
Evolution is a mystery.
I got a miniature, like Bendham's. Remember they made the little bitty mini
yeah,
Bendham's?
mini
I got a
Bendham's.
little mini Bendham wrestling ring somewhere. It's pretty bad. When I got somewhere.
Randy is already in the chat. Thank
He's
you,
in there.
Randy. What's up, brother?
He knew it was coming because he joined us on the pre-show on TikTok. What? Slammer's on TikTok? Yes.
He's on the
Slammer
TikTok.
Mania on the TikTok. Go follow me on there. Follow. Follow.
We're kind of starting a few minutes early tonight. We was a little excited, ready to get rolling.
Yeah, it's like we're sitting here chatting it up. Might as well just have everybody join in.
Might as well fire it up.
Might as well.
We're here on a special night, not a regular night, but a special night. Tuesday Night Titans
Tuesday
/
night
Bro
Titans.
Show.
So this is the first hour, the first half hour. Tuesday night,
Tootin'.
Bro. The second half hour be Tuesday night Orb.
Terrible. Michael's in the chat says, "Hey, Slammer Mookie, the white Larry Bird."
Hey,
tip my hat to you. There it is.
the
There
white
it is.
Caucasian Lawrence Bird.
Randy says, "My two favorite bros."
Whoa,
Appreciate that, brother.
brother, bro.
Who in the blue hell are you?
Wow, look how good that camera is
I
on
know.
that new phone. That's an iPhone Pro Max 16 Plus.
So if you get tired of joining us here on the Facebook Lives, you can also jump over on Slammer and myself / The Bro Show is live on the Slammer's YouTube channel.
YouTube.
The old YouTubes.
Slammer 4878.
4878.
Find the Bro Show every episode except what is it, 36, 37?
Yeah. Those is the
mysteriously
band.
vanished.
They're banned.
We must have been awful. I
We
can't
talked
imagine.
about Chris Benoit.
we dropped the Chris Benoit.
He
That
was-
got us canceled.
He was a
didn't it?
special guest on that episode. They went ahead and
My gosh. So every episode of the Bro Show we did live last week. We'll do live tonight.
awesome. We won't be able to keep up with the chat if you join us live on the YouTubes, but if you want to chat along with us,
Yeah,
stay
we'll
right
do-
here on Facebook.
It's just another avenue of hopefully someone else seeing the podcast that may not have seen it otherwise. And like I said, if I had another phone, I'd put TikTok on too. I'd get us from every angle.
Oh my God!
Anyway,
You'd be from behind and be like,
oh, that'd be pretty cool because then they could see the cool shirt I got on from behind. The Slammer X-Ray got complimented on this today. I wore this to the chiropractor. He goes, "Man, that shirt rules." I'm like, "It was a mistake." And I said,
Sometimes-
it becomes the
sometimes
most
mistakes.
popular shirt. That's the Slammer X-Ray shirt.
"That's the Obey, the
Obey.
X-Ray Vision Obey. That's a Slammer Obey shirt."
I'm here to flex and chew bubble gum. I'm all out of bubble gum.
I'm here to chew bubble gum. It's Slammer.
Like I said,
I'm all out of bubble gum.
What?
Here we go, boy.
Oh boy! So anyway, you can see all the Bro Show episodes, like I said,
Oh.
except for 2.
Randy's got a question in the chat.
Uh-oh. What was the question?
Oh, you don't see it? Randy says, "Mookie, what's Mookie Blaylock's jersey?"
We aren't there yet.
Oh, we have the thing. So that's it. I knew it. We say it.
Say it.
12, baby.
No, it's 10.
10.
Did you truly forget?
I know it's right.
Listen,
Why do I?
Pearl Jam.
I know.
What's their album? Their first album? 10. Mookie Blaylock, number 10.
I've got it before. I will
If-
get it again.
People are watching this for the first time. They're like, why in God's green earth are they talking about Mookie Blaylock and Pearl Jam? Because Pearl Jam wanted their name to be Mookie Blaylock.
So funny.
Mookie Blaylock played basketball in the NBA,
My dad
most
wanted to name me-
famously for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Mookie,
My
his
dad-
dad wanted to name him Mookie,
After Mookie Wilson.
the famous New York Met.
Yes. my mom goes.
His mom said, ain't gonna happen. And anyway,
Oh, we got another question in the chat here.
uh-oh, wow.
Justin, Randy says, "Come on, Mookie."
Come on, Mookie.
Justin in the chat says, "Real talk here. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?"
I mean, that's easy for me. No, because I hate pineapple just in general.
See, I am a pineapple fan. I love pineapple, but not on pizza. I love the cold, chilled pineapple, like put it in the fridge, like you know, slice it up,
Put
whatever.
it in the fridge.
Put it in the fridge.
Put it in the fridge.
Make it nice and chill, and then you scrumdiddlyumptious on those. But a warm pineapple. Well,
Ugh.
I have to say,
I don't like pineapple anything.
my argument is always warm pineapple, bleh, but I like pineapple upside down
Ugh,
cake, which
bleh.
is warm. But that's sweet. I can't imagine warm pineapple on cheese and pizza sauce and a crust. Like, no thank you.
You know, though, I think that would be something up your alley to try, though.
I don't even know if I could try that.
This is
Hey,
Whoa,
what do we
hey,
got here?
my God.
JR.
JR, what's up, brother?
Pizza Hawaii.
Pizza Hawaii. Shaka bra.
Bra.
Shaka bra. That's the first time I ever seen that, was when Crush came in doing his Kona Crush thing. He's like, Shaka bra. I'm like, whoa, Chris was just like Demolition last week wearing black leather, and he's all colorful, and he's from Hawaii all of a sudden. And he's saying Shaka. I didn't understand it because I'm not from Hawaii,
Yeah.
so I didn't understand it.
So you understand it now?
Shaka bra.
So you understand it now since you are from Hawaii now?
Since I'm from Hawaii.
All right, you need a little introduction here. Who in the blue hell are you?
Well, let me finish the YouTube thing.
Oh, yes.
You can watch all the wrestling matches from Slammer, other things too. Slammer 4878. Anywho,
Back here.
we're close enough to say, oh, it is 7 o'clock. By gosh, I am your number one brother. Your mega brother. The people's bro. Bro Slam. Slammer. Brother. The ultimate brother.
Oh, I like that.
The ultimate.
It's almost like the ultimate meatball, but
Wait.
brother,
The ultimate meatball.
the ultimate pineapple pizza.
The ultimate brother. Anyway, Mookie Blaylock's here.
I voted Randy first as the king of cool. Voted your number one El Presidente.
That ballot box was stuffed.
And by the way, for all my fellow El Presidente fan club members, happy late El Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Arriba, I say.
Arriba. Today would be
Tito Santana's
6 de Mayo.
6 de Mayo.
The 6th of May.
Also, your voted number one Mookie of the year, the
Number one
man,
stepbrother.
the man, the myth, the legend, the White Larry Bird.
Go Battlehawks.
Good call, yeah.
Won
They're
another game.
They're back on the winning
Back
side.
up. Boy, it was ugly. Boy, you know what they say? A win is
That's
a win. And you know, pretty good crowd. They had like 26,000.
Good crowd for a playoff hockey game going on. at the
Playoff
same time.
hockey game, a
Cardinal
Cardinal
baseball.
baseball game, even though people aren't really showing up for Cardinal
Yeah.
games. But even if there's 20, I don't even know if they've got 20,000 Cardinal games right now, but some of those people probably would normally go to Battlehawks games. So, yeah, that's pretty good, man. They say,
Campbell says, "What's up, brother?"
what's up, brother?
Max, Matt Max is in the chat.
Max.
What's up, fellas? Thank you for
Going
joining
on,
us,
man?
sir. I need to share this out, so you keep talking for a
Oh,
moment.
yeah, I
need
can't
to-
even share it because I put it on YouTube. That's all right, though. I'll share it in a little bit. We'll get it out there. Let the world know the Bro Show episode 47 is in your face right now. So hit that share, like, comment, say stuff to us. We like to be told stuff. Thank you, JR, for the stars, man. That rules, man. Thank you so much. This is episode 47.
47.
47.
Who's a famous number 47 in your world?
John Mabry.
Oh,
Oh boy, that just popped
he's-
off the top of my
he's
head.
honestly probably one of my favorite all-time Cardinal baseball players.
You know what? Let's see. When did he retire?
Oh my gosh.
Mid-ish
Yeah.
2000s.
There we go.
Thank you, Randy.
Randy.
Randy's sending stars.
20 stars. Thank you, sir.
John Mabry. Is he a hitting coach for the Cardinals now?
He was at one
or
point.
he was here. He didn't wear batting gloves.
Yeah, that's true.
He was
And
one of the
Do
only.
you know the fun fact about John Mabry? He's the one and only player to ever do this in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I do know. He hit for the cycle.
Yes. But that's
Woo.
not what makes him. People's done that.
He did it twice.
No, I don't know about that, but But that's not the fun fact I'm talking of.
The cycle's not the fun fact?
That is part of the fun fact.
Okay.
He's the only person in Major League Baseball history to hit the cycle in order.
That is correct.
He'd come up the bat first, hit that single,
Single,
come up
double,
next time, hit that double,
hit
that triple,
and
and then he hit the
then he
home
comes
run.
in. They're like, boy, he just needs to hit a home run now. And
He does.
he was just straight up
He's
left-hander too, not even a switcher, just straight up left-hander.
He was one of my favorites growing up in the 90s.
Yep, John Mabry. What was he? Right fielder? He was a utility man.
I was gonna say he was
Because he
kinda all
played
over.
first base, he
I
could
was
play
gonna say, I remember
third
him-
base.
I remember him mostly at third.
Did he ever pitch? Was he one of
Maybe.
them guys that randomly would come in and
Maybe
went
if they
in a
ran out of
horrible
pitches.
blowout? They're like, we can't hurt anybody.
It
We
wouldn't
got
surprise me. I mean, Molina even did that.
Molina did it. Jose Oquendo was famous for being the ultimate utility man.
Oquendo.
Jose
The
Oquendo,
lethal weapon.
the lethal weapon, man. St. Louis's own. I think he lives in DeSoto.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I think he even has license plate to say Oquendo on his car.
That's so awesome.
That's a dude right there. He should have been a manager of the Cardinals. He should have.
Is he still the first base coach?
I don't even.
He may have retired by now.
He may be out.
I remember he was one
I
of the
tell
base
you
running
what,
coaches.
man. When they finally decided to get rid of Marmol and in Mosaic, he retired after this year.
See, Walt Jocketty passed
I
away?
did, man. Walt Jocketty turned the Cardinals around early
Yeah.
2000s. Brought in Tony La Russa and
Mark McGuire?
Mark
McGwire?
McGuire. Brought Mark over, and gosh dang, mid-season, and he had already hit.
And I still remember.
Did he end up hitting like 58 home runs that year? Then he hit
He-
the 70 the next
I
year.
still
for
remember
us.
the exact moment when they announced that he got traded to the Cardinals. I remember I was at my dad's on a weekend. It was on a weekend, and we were at like Super Smokers or somewhere, like a barbecue joint. We were
Mhm.
actually eating dinner, and they had all kinds of TVs all over. And I remember everywhere it just broke in. Cardinals acquired Mark McGuire. And I'm like,
McGuire.
I was like, whoa.
Whoa, that's what I thought. I was like,
yeah.
dude, there are just so many memorable things. Just like,
Because up to that point, my whole life, the Cardinals kind of pretty much sucked. And the only really star we ever had was Ozzie Smith, who wasn't even a big offensive player. He was just big
just
for
thought, just he was
defense.
Yeah, just you always had your
So,
famous players like that. But
We
man,
always had the Brian Jordans, the Ray
Yes.
Langfords, Bernard Gilkeys. I mean, we had the
Yeah.
decent hitters, but we never had a superstar.
but then, and it wasn't like we got him at the end of his career.
Yeah.
We got him right. We
Right
got
as-
him right in the sweet spot because he was only good for another
Yeah, a few years.
2 years, and then he was back to.
Man.
He had always been injured, always injured for the A's.
Yeah.
That dude hit 1,000 home runs. Did he not?
That summer of '98 is just still holds such a special place.
That
in my
was
heart.
a.
I know a lot of people crap on it because of the steroids or whatever. But
It
man,
is what it is, man. Bro,
what
A
an
lot of
exciting
fans
time to
back.
be a fan during that time.
I had man. I think I got the newspaper somewhere of his 70th,
Mhm.
the Post Dispatch article. Man, we'll talk about that for a second. I get off the subject. McGuire, probably the biggest Cardinal ever to come in free agency. We'll talk about one a lot of people may not know about. What was that, about 30 years ago? We got the great Wayne Gretzky for about
Yeah,
11 games.
yeah. I forgot what the number is. I know it, but I can't think of what it is right offhand.
Wayne Gretzky was a St. Louis Blue. He had a contract,
We got him at the end of the trade deadline, and
From
then
the
into,
Kings.
and then into the playoffs for
And
like
he-
2 rounds.
as far as I know, he wanted to play for the Blues.
Yeah.
He wanted to stay.
Well, him and Brett Hull were like best
They
friends.
were buddies, and there was a contract on the table. I don't know if
Herb Simmons is a Chad. Good
Yo,
evening,
Herb, what's going on? I don't know if who he ended up at New York.
Yeah, one of the Rangers.
Rangers. I know they paid him a boatload of
Oh,
money.
yeah.
I don't know if the money was the thing that came about. I don't know what. I
don't
can't remember
the whole
what happened.
circumstance.
But Wayne Gretzky wanted to stay, and then one other, my favorite St. Louis acquisition of all time, man. The Rams got Marshall Faulk
Oh yeah.
in friggin' 1999,
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, the Rams are going to be good. I preached it, man. I was like, man, we got
Well, I
Marshall
remember being
Faulk.
heartbroken
We are
when
gonna
Jerome
be
Bettis
good.
left after that first year. I remember being heartbroken when Jerome Bettis left and
It
went
was
to the Steelers.
that was a
It was like,
bummer, but he was still what was that, his second year? He
no,
played,
it was maybe
his
about
his
third.
rookie year was 94. They
Yeah.
moved here in 95, so we had him in 95. Then he went to the Steelers in 96.
Yeah,
So that wasn't a big deal to me because he was. I still wish they would have kept him.
yeah,
But my God, man.
yeah. Well, we got Marshall Faulk.
And we had Ampli.
Dude,
Dude, I loved Ampli.
He was
Ampli
one
was
of my
an
favorites.
awesome football player, man.
we can go down old Rams. This is the
Woo.
road trips that we need to go on to talk about old
Yeah,
Rams.
people preach all day, man, about Kurt Warner and all them. Awesome.
Yeah,
We had Kurt Warner in 98, and Kurt Warner wasn't doing nothing in 98 but being the third string, mop him up, come in last game of the season quarterback. Marshall Faulk, dude. Man, God dang Rams. Get going here. Anyway, that would be our, I guess for the Battlehawks, Cacaw. AJ McCarron would be our big guy.
yeah.
Cacaw. So anyway, that was our history of famous St. Louis athletes.
That's crazy. You want a
Pretty good.
little wrestling history?
I do.
On this day in history, on this day in pro wrestling history. No repeat.
Pro wrestling history. I've actually seen what Paul said, and it kind of caught me off guard
I see
there.
that too. We can't speak.
Beep.
We are live on the YouTubes also on Slammer. What was it? 314.
4878.
4878.
Slammer 4878.
That's not
We're-
Bookie Blaylock's number.
Nope. We're good, Paul. I'm glad you're live. I don't know if you're saying you're live or you are alive. I'm glad you're
We're
live.
glad you are alive. I'm glad you're joining us.
Maybe next time say,
How are you,
oh,
brothers and
poo-poo, or something.
On this day in history.
Oh, congratulations to Herb, too, if he's still listening.
Oh, yeah, Cauliflower Alley,
yeah,
man.
Cauliflower Alley, man. That's awesome.
How do you say? Do you say cauliflower?
I said cauliflower.
See, I always say cauliflower, which I know is not correct.
I think it's
Maybe
cauliflower.
that's a southern
I think it's
name.
actually cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
And I've always just said cauliflower.
That's one of the words I pronounce weird and not right.
It's kind of like pecans or pecans. I always say pecans just because it's funny because
Or
it sounds like you're saying pecan.
tomatoes.
Tomato. Potato.
On this day in wrestling history, one of the biggest, one of my favorite things happened on this day in wrestling history.
Whoa.
On this day in 1986,
1986, okay?
down in Texas Stadium.
Texas Stadium.
Can you guess?
Well, you said Texas Stadium, so this had to be something world-class championship wrestling. He did. Herb says say CAC. This would be world-class championship wrestling, I would assume. 1986. Could this be Kerry Von Erich beating Ric Flair for
It
the NWA World
It is.
Championship?
Today is the anniversary from 1986, the first annual David
Von
Von
Erich
Erich
Memorial.
Memorial Parade of Champions.
So how long post David was this match?
I believe this is the following year.
So this was a whole year after.
I don't have my date right on.
Okay, I thought it was 1986
But
was
you
a long time ago when I was young. I remember all this.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of close to the passing,
You could be right.
and I could be wrong.
You could be right also.
David Von Erich passed away in Japan. Was he in Japan, or
Yeah.
did he get back from Japan?
No, David passed away in Japan.
Bad luck for the Von Erichs,
Yeah.
man.
A
Woo.
lot of stories and controversy and hearsay on his passing. Some say drugs. Some say something
Food
erupted in his-
poisoning.
yeah, like there was all
Uh,
kinds of stuff.
Some sort of rupture
It's
in
kinda
his
one of them-
stomach.
Those wrestling folklores that like we'll kind of never really know the story.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
For everything that's known these days, there's still things that are
There's still mysteries.
unknown.
like they say, evolution is a mystery.
Evolution is a mystery.
So on this day, 1986, the first annual David Von Erich Memorial Parade of Champions held in Texas Stadium. Do you know what? Do you have any clue what the crowd was for this?
The attendance?
Yeah.
Texas
Texas
Stadium.
Stadium, 86. Main event, Kerry versus Rick.
Okay, so baseball stadium, which would have been the Rangers Stadium, correct?
Yeah. This
So-
was the Cowboys. Texas Stadium, 1986.
This was this was, oh boy.
Yeah. The rings down there on the football field, all the
All-
people down there,
and
all up in the field.
I said the
field
Rangers.
fans.
I meant the Cowboys. I'm an idiot.
I know what you meant.
Anyway,
I correct you without making a fuss. Let me give you a little number here.
you know what?
The biggest crowd up to this point for a world-class show.
Just world class. Well, this is even pre WrestleMania 3. So
Well-
I'm gonna say
I'll give you a little number here. I'll help you out.
I'll just say 45,000.
Fairly close.
Okay,
32,000.
32,000.
123 paying fans.
I almost
Texas
said
Stadium.
30,000, but I wanted to give them.
Benefit of the doubt.
I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. 32,000 wrestling fans in the stadium in
in Texas.
1986 for a Texas
Yeah.
promotion. Pretty doggone good because,
For one dude, that passed away,
yeah,
which, they always say David was next in line to be NWA champion.
yeah, and
And it always kind of makes me wonder, how they say like that butterfly effect in life. One little thing in life could change like a whole outcome.
yep.
What would have happened if David wouldn't have passed away?
Oh,
Would the
boy.
whole Von Erich lineage still been? Would all the other guys still killed themselves? Would David? I mean, just.
It-
But then the Texas Stadium, the Memorial Parade of Champion shows would have never happened.
Wow.
Kerry wouldn't
Kerry
have
would
faced.
never been the
Yeah.
champion because he was only champion once, right?
Yeah, it was-
just that. And
And it was
he-
about a month long.
I was gonna say it wasn't very long.
And
He
it
lost
actually-
it right back to Flair, right?
Yeah, and I actually seen the match just a few years ago for the first time ever because I've never seen a match that wasn't even that great of a match.
Yeah, Herb is having Kevin Von Erich on the
Yes.
Fan Fest.
Kevin,
Man,
I
you
love
met
Von
him,
Erich.
haven't you?
I have because of her. Herb has brought him in.
He walked
no,
around
I'm sorry,
barefoot.
It was Harley. Harley brought him in years ago.
Does he walk around barefoot?
He bites.
Whew.
He's any kind of news clips or video clips, interviews. He's always barefoot.
Oh man,
I'm excited for
I haven't-
her bringing him.
I haven't wrestled a whole lot of barefoot guys, but when I do, I step on their feet
on purpose.
on purpose. I'm not even a heel. If I see somebody no shoes on, their
Yeah.
feet are getting stomped on. Matter of fact, it's Clay Huna, and he's going to be debuting at MMWA this week.
Oh, there you go.
Remember Clay Huna,
Yeah,
don't you?
I do.
Yeah, I've wrestled him several times. He's
Him
going to
and
be
Elride.
wrestling.
Elride's another barefoot guy.
Oh, that's right. I've stepped on his feet too. You can look at that on YouTube. If you're barefoot and you wrestle me, you better cover them toes because I'm stepping on them.
So over 32,000 paying fans at the
Wow.
Parade of Champions, the first annual, which kind of crazy that happened on this day that long ago. As a kid, I don't really necessarily remember that because I was born in '82, so I would have been about 3.5
Yeah,
or so. I learned about it, a few years later because I loved World Class growing up. My grandma and grandpa always watched it on ESPN. I remember coming home from like kindergarten class, and it always being on ESPN in the afternoon. That was one thing me and my grandpa always did was watch World
World
Class.
class. It was on Channel 11 on Sunday mornings. I wonder how much of the country that went out to.
Well, they got their program out.
I think it was out every. That was the first. I tell everybody the first wrestling I ever watched was World Class Championship Wrestling. We watched it every Sunday morning, man. That's all I knew.
I'm a huge, still to this day, World Class. It was
Hey.
so innovative.
Kerry Von Erich would be my first favorite wrestler
Really.
in all the Von Erichs because that's just who you liked.
Yeah. So
I grew up.
I was always a Kevin fan. And it's funny, he's the lone survivor now.
Yeah.
He was always my favorite. I think because he looked different, because he was barefoot, and he was kind of the high flyer of all of them.
Yeah.
But going back and rewatching them as an adult, man, I love watching David Russell. David was as good as they say.
And it was funny because you know how I am anyway now with wrestling. I liked everybody. Heels, baby faces. I liked everybody in World Class. I didn't hate nobody. I looked forward to that feud between the Von Erichs and the Freebirds. Everybody was just so. When you're just over the top.
There was
out.
two guys in World Class that scared me as a kid, because I was fairly small watching it. One Man Gang was one of them.
One man, I
He
love
scared
one
me.
man game.
He come out with that chain, his big do-rag, his sunglasses. He just looks scary, all in black, and the skulls on his shoulders. And the other one, the Missing Link.
The Missing Link.
The Missing Link scared me because as a kid, I don't cuss or anything as a kid, but I'm like, what the hell is that? Green face, blue eye, and weird hair, and he's always grabbing the back of his hair, slamming his head into the turnbuckles.
Man,
he scared me.
I was a big fan of Iceman King Parsons.
I loved him because he was from St. Louis.
He was from. It always blew my mind. I'm like, you mean to tell me?
Yeah, that's how
there's
it was.
a famous wrestler from St. Louis?
Yeah.
Because I was just a little kid. I'm like, whoa.
That's exactly why I loved him too.
This dude is from St. Louis. It's like I could potentially run into this guy sometime.
I was like Tim because he reminded me of Mr. T. Because it always had that feather in his hair like Mr. T.
I had that feather, and I had like
the cornrows,
the braids, just
yeah.
tight braids in his hair.
Yeah.
Man, that dude ruled.
Yeah, I love him. I could sit here and talk world
Dude,
class
I
all
could say
day.
because I was getting ready to say, man, I remember the Fantastics, Gino Hernandez. That's where
really
Rick Rude. That's where I first seen him, and he used to come down to the ring to Smooth Operator.
The original PYTs from
the Coco Ware and
I can't think of
Austin, not Norville Austin.
That's what it was.
Right, Norville. That's what I told the PYT the first time I wrestled him up in St. Louis. I said, "Hey, I don't see Coco Ware and Norville Austin here." I said, "That you got me the wrong PYT."
That man went over his head.
I said, "I was about to make a promo," and I said, "I'm glad I did now because I've got the wrong guys."
One of my other favorites is watching old clips of when King Kong Bundy wrestled there, and he had a head full of hair.
Oh, I've
remember
seen
that?
pictures of him with it. I don't remember watching matches with him with.
He's got some decent
I'm not
matches on
saying
there.
I didn't,
Yeah,
but
it's so weird.
him
seeing
with hair, it's just like
He's got a full head of hair.
they're pretty
He's got
hair, dude.
eyebrows.
Very nice.
It was
cut.
nice brown.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's why Al Bundy, the Bundys were named after King Kong Bundy because the writer of Married with Children
Was a big fan.
was a big fan of wrestling.
Well, he ended up being on a few
and he was
episodes.
on Married with Children.
That's so funny.
Hey, Shaft here. What's up,
Shaft
Shaft?
was in the chat.
Whoa, Snitch! What? What'd Snitch say? Oh, is Herb saying from Richmond Heights was Iceman Parsons?
Oh, I bet so. So catch up on chat here. What's going on?
Yeah.
Josh Summers says, "What's up, brothers?"
What's up, brother?
Growing
See you
up watching
Saturday.
Gateway Championship Wrestling Saturday morning after Saturday morning cartoons, dude. I used to go to GCW all the time as a teenager. That was like I went to every GCW show, so I love seeing that. And we used to try to watch their shows when I go up to my dad's in St. Louis because it was on the local cable access up there.
Local cable access.
Snitch Scare Slammer now.
What?
Oh,
What?
that's what he's saying.
Snitch Scare Slammer?
That's what he says.
Snitch Scare Slammer now.
Josh wants to know.
Snitch, get out of my face. Get your mask and get out of here.
Does Shaft
I'll
have a
poke
recent-
him on the eye.
Does Shaft have a birthday recently?
Yes, he did, like a day or two ago. Yeah, I wished him happy birthday on Facebook, but I wish him happy birthday, Shaft.
Happy birthday, Shaft.
I'm going to give you 67 spankings Saturday night when
Oh
I
my
see you.
God.
I think he said he was 67. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you better watch out, brother, because I got a big old spanking coming your way, brother.
Uncle Larry's in the
Larry, what's up, brother?
Bro bros. he
Bros. Bros.
says. Michael's in the chat says, first wrestling show I watched as a kid was Big Time Wrestling. Rowdy Piper, Pat Patterson, Rocky Johnson, Ray Stevens, Don Morocco, Pepper Martin, and Andre the Giant, so many more.
Oh,
Pepper Martin, that's
Pepper
an
Martin.
old school name there. Snitch, not gonna lie, Slammer versus Remy George.
no,
looks like a
Slammer
pretty-
and Remy George. We're tag
looks like a
team.
pretty promising team.
He must have seen me and him tag up a couple weeks ago.
You seen them clips making
Hey.
rounds?
I don't know. Maybe Remy's not going to be at MMWA Saturday night. Maybe that's why we're not tagging up.
You guys are a pretty decent tag
while
team.
we're on here, this
Boobies
Saturday
look
night,
familiar, though.
South Broadway Athletic Club, St. Louis, Missouri, Slammer will be in wrestling action against the big incinerator Sean Blaze. We went 1-on-1 before. I'm 1-0 against him. I'm planning on being 2-0. So he said
Keep that streak alive.
he said he's making a big comeback. We never even knew he was gone.
Burning that
Hey man,
incinerator.
Slammer's there every month, man, hanging and banging and slamming and big booting and leg dropping. So, what you gonna do, big incinerator, when Slammer slams you and walks away with victory, climbing that ladder, getting back to that MMWA championship?
Wrong.
Hey,
Wrong.
there's the Tony Costa Battle Royal is this Saturday night too. I don't know if
Okay.
I'm in it or not. I guess I probably am. I don't know. I'll find out Saturday night. But if I'm in it, I'm gonna win it.
In it to win it.
I want that big trophy.
Shaft says yes, he is 67.
Well,
And Josh Summer makes a comment after that. Let's just make it even 70.
oh, whoa.
I like that. I don't know if Shaft's going to like that.
As I'm giving Shaft his whippings, he's gonna be smacking Josh in the jaw.
To pull each whisper beard out of his chin.
Man, woo.
Also on this day,
Whoa, we're still on what?
in 2002,
Welcome to Bro His Orb.
on this day in 2002, the WWF officially becomes WWE.
That's what I got to say about that. Ever since they got the F out, they pretty much.
Hey, children's program here. Children's program here. Oh, dude, they got Batista since then. Come on now. Snitsky?
It was my fault.
Heidenreich.
Yeah, Road Warrior Heidenreich. Get out of
Mordecai.
here. Mordecai. I remember his name. I don't even remember a match that he won.
Oh, I do. A debut match at Unforgiven versus Scotty 2 Hottie.
Oh,
That is
my
no
God.
lie. I was a huge Mordecai fan. And then I was a huge Kevin Thorne fan when he turned into Kevin Thorne. Doc is given.
Whoa, Josh gives us the Slammy the approval of a great tag team combination.
Yes, I like that.
We even did the heart attack, man. I do my big move where I give them the big atomic drop and they come around, and I give them the big front atomic drop, hold them up, big Remy come off, big flying clothesline, man, just like the heart attack, only the Slammy attack.
Slammy attack.
Rules,
That
brother.
sounds like an energy drink. The Slammy.
The Slammy attack.
Thank you, Doc, for the 50
Doc.
stars.
Thank you, brother.
Doc is all over the place, man. He's hanging and banging, popping plates all day long.
Pumping some iron. I just got done pumping some iron too, brother. Let me explode.
Me too. Look at those guns.
Look at them guns.
Here, hold on. There you go. Look at that gun right
Did you ever
there.
see that video of that dude in awesome shape? This was years ago, man, probably 10 plus years ago. He was flexing. He's going, look at me, look at my biceps. Look at how awesome I am.
That was early.
You remember? Have you seen that? You know what I'm talking about?
Is that on the Max Gym page?
Hey, get out of here! Get out!
What happened to my chat
Uh
here?
oh, Mookie messed it all up.
My chat is. Let me get totally out of here.
Whoa, Jody Overshin, Slamio. Hey, man. Book a cameo, or as we like to call him, a Slamio on Cameo. I just got another one done the other day, man. You want somebody to get a good birthday wish? You hire Slammer, man, and I will sing the special happy birthday song to him.
Can you give us a
On a
little
person-
preview? Oh,
I don't have my little blower, but it's over there.
Well, they're not paying for it, so this is the cheap
Yeah,
version.
it's. I'll just give you the first verse. Happy birthday to you. That's it, man. Somebody wants the rest
You
of
gotta
it.
pay for the.
You're gonna have to book me on Cameo.
Oh,
Max Jim on Cameo.
Josh Summers says Mordecai the anti-Undertaker. He's got fans out there. I'm not the only Mordecai fan. I'm not the only one.
The
that
only
remembers
thing good about those years would have been.
him. And also, I can even go as far as telling you what Mordecai's catchphrase was.
Oh boy,
He'd throw down a staff. He'd go,
I remember the staff.
"Hear me,
Hear me,
fear me." That was his.
hear me, fear me.
Hear me, fear me. That was his. that
And
was
everybody's
Mordecai's.
like,
I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Sweaty Bill to make a Mordecai build a figure.
Sweaty Bill. Who's Sweaty Bill?
Makina for Patel.
Oh, is that who
Bill McKenna.
designs them?
That's Bill McKenna.
I will.
I listen to the Major Brothers. I don't know who you listen
Well,
to.
I listened to him too, but I don't remember hearing the name. Oh, Sweaty Bill. Oh, I didn't know that was the Mattel guy.
Yeah.
I always wonder. Oh, okay, they spell
why they
off
say-
names sometimes.
That's
I'm
why
like,
they say Bill screwed him because
but I say Mookie Blaylock a lot, and a lot of people are like, "What the heck is he saying?"
You
Mookie
say his
Blaylock.
number a lot, and I can't remember that
You
either.
can't even remember it.
Josh also says celebrating my wife's 40th.
Whoa!
show. Oh, my wife's 40th. Okay, 40th birthday
Birthday.
at the MMWA show this weekend.
Well,
Is it this week? Man, does that mean Backlash is also this weekend?
This Saturday night is Backlash.
My gosh, they just had
Yes.
WrestleMania.
Wrestling all over the land in St. Louis Saturday night.
It just blows my mind because it feels like WrestleMania was just
Better deal to come to MMWA than down at the Enterprise Center.
closer to the
And
stars.
you get to see Slammer in action. That's even better. Who needs to see John Cena's retirement tour when you come see Bro Slam and wrestling action live, man? So close you can touch it.
Since I don't know if Herb's still here in the chat, it just reminded me. I found something this week going through the archives. You know, I went through some archives a couple weeks ago. I found something I don't think you've ever seen.
Whoa.
I have two. You're more than welcome to have one. I've got double.
Am I going to have to open something?
No.
Whoa.
Here's boobs.
What?
The old school Riverfront Times.
Oh, sweet.
I'm not sure what year this is from. It doesn't say a year.
Oh, it's got to say a year. Is it Snitch?
No.
I know it's Big Texan.
Big Texan Jim
Oh,
Hoffa.
oh,
Big Jim Hoffa's right here.
yeah.
When he portrayed, he made the cover of the Riverfront Times.
Hey,
I happen to have two issues.
you remember at New Breed Wrestling in the
Yeah, you actually faced him
2022
in a battle royal.
Battle Royal, I threw the Big Texan over the
Oh,
top
I
rope.
remember that.
Yeah, I threw him. He was tangled up. I threw Big Texan and
Oh, you took advantage of him.
I
being
did. I threw.
tangled up
Hey,
with
I
somebody.
threw the Big Texan over the top rope, man. I won the Chris White Memorial Battle Royal here,
he's gonna
2022.
He's
So
gonna come for you. I'd watch out. He's gonna come for you. But I thought that was pretty awesome.
I like how he's got Snitch's mask on.
He had this long before.
maybe Snitch
But
took
he's
that
got-
mask and took the
He got
label
the Big
off of
Texan logo on the side and
Yeah.
everything. He's a
it.
good
Heck
dude.
yeah, man, I
don't know if you
want it.
want
Yeah,
one.
I do.
Maybe we'll run into him one day. We'll have to keep these in the car so we get these autographed. back.
Yeah.
I think there's a big old article and everything in here. There's Yadier Molina right there.
He's 39. His back hurts. He's a new grandpa. Big Jim Hofar still wants to be king of the ring.
So pretty cool. Local legend right there. I wish I knew what year. Oh, 2018. Here's the date right here.
2018. All right.
2018.
Sweet. Thank you for that. I'll put that in the archives.
And from my archives to yours.
All right. We are 37 minutes in. That's a good segue into our next segment. Do you not think?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So, anywho, we thought it would be fun. We could carry on about what we've been carrying on about probably for hours. But anyway, we wanted to have a little fun tonight. We didn't advertise this. We are doing out of our own personal collections,
Your collection?
my collection
And my collection.
and Mookie's collection. He picked a few action figures out of his collection. I picked 5 action figures out of my collection. I don't know how many you ended up
I
bringing.
ended up grabbing 5.
Did you grab 5? You'd said you might do 3. So
Yeah.
Mookie's got 5. Slammer's got 5.
A lot of my stuff's still packed up. I've recently moved within the last few months. My apartment is just full of boxes because I don't really have the room to unpack. So I did the best I could.
Did you pick different toy lines?
Yes, I did.
I did too. Okay, so we're going to hopefully get 10 different toy lines here.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to say we did because I don't know what he brought. He doesn't know what I brought because I got mine covered up.
I got mine in a sack.
So we'll just go back and forth. This is the first
Are you
annual.
Are we going to start with our number 1, or are we going to start with maybe our 5 and count down to our favorite?
No, I think they're all equal.
Okay.
I don't really have a main event.
Okay.
It's probably going to surprise. And like I said, these are out of our own personal collection. I will say this, I didn't pick anything that's new.
Okay.
Anything new that I've got.
Same.
Everything that I have, I've had from long ago.
A long time ago.
Probably 1998
My God, I wasn't
would
even
be
born
my
yet.
newest.
Wasn't even born yet.
My newest figure
Okay.
out of this set. The oldest, I think, is 1986, which would have been.
Wasn't even a twinkle in my
Hey.
daddy's eyes.
It's not. It isn't, but it is a wrestling figure.
Okay.
Anyway,
If it's that damn Hulk Hogan boxing figure, I'm gonna flip
Okay,
this
I'm
table.
not gonna bring the Hulk Hogan box figure out tonight. I don't think. Anyway, we'll just go back and forth. The last one I show will be my main event. So if
Okay.
you want to save one that you
Okay.
think might be your main event,
Okay.
the other 4, it just random. And everything in my wrestling room is my favorite, but
the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I don't even know if these are the cream of the crop, really,
Yeah.
because I was really
It's hard.
I struggled because
Yeah.
I love everything in here. I left things out. That, anyway, this is the first annual Bro Show
You're pushing you off.
action
You're like
figure
Hillbilly Jim up here talking.
Hall of Fame. Will you stop? Will you stop?
Don't go mess with the country. But
the first annual Hall of Fame Bro Show action figure. Anyway,
yes.
you're my guest. Be my guest.
Oh, you want me
You
to
go
go
up
first?
first. What is your
Let's-
first inductee into the Bro
Okay.
Show action figure
I
Hall
will-
of Fame?
This one I actually take back. This was actually a semi-modern day figure. But I just love this thing to death.
Oh, okay.
I don't think this line gets enough credit of how...
Bro his orb.
Mad Max.
Yes.
I don't think this line gets as much love as it should.
I love it.
I don't know if I'm...
I don't even know what
I'm
it is.
praying,
I
I
already
don't know if
love
I'm
it.
praying right here. Praying everybody agrees.
Praying hands.
My first... Let's put this down here.
Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, dun, 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 dun.
I just
Whoa.
Absolutely love this figure.
Dude, that rules.
Do you have this one?
I have Cactus Jack.
The unmatched Fury, Hulk Hogan. I just love how it's almost like a statue. How
Yeah.
he's perfectly posed, ripping that T-shirt with the WWF winged,
The winged
the
eagle.
winged eagle. I
Mm.
just wanted to double check. I was saying
Yeah,
that
that's-
right. I love this whole line. This whole line just does not get justice. And there's a Rey Mysterio doing a 619 on the
Oh.
ropes.
Okay.
Batista doing that
They've
clothesline.
had more than one series of these.
Oh.
I have Mankind. I have
There's
Mankind.
a bunch. They ran it for quite a while. There's the back of the box. Some of the other ones in the series. Rey Mysterio doing the 619 on the ropes. You take them out of the box, you can set them up. John Cena there doing the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Five knuckle shuffle.
Batista back there doing his big clothesline, and of course the immortal Hulk Hogan ripping and tearing, brother.
Ripping and tearing. Oh, that rules.
But this is one of my all-time favorite figures right here. And fortunately, I knew exactly where that was.
All right, my first figure. It's actually a loose figure.
Let's see here, real quick.
Yeah.
Max's Rocky Hulk. No, Bro is Orb High Slammer.
Hi,
And-
Wyatt.
Yes. Doc says they moved the wrestling action figures to the electronic department of Deloge. I did notice that.
Yeah, I was back there today.
Michael says that's a cool Hulk Hogan
It
figure.
is a cool Hulk.
I love that one.
And since you went with Hulk Hogan first, this is probably one of the oldest ones, but he's in horrible shape.
Okay.
It's just the old LJN. There's no way the first annual Bro Show action figure could not have a Hulk Hogan LJN.
Yep, I agree.
1984. No belt, but it's old. It's
So-
awesome.
This is actually from the very first WWF World Wrestling Federation action figure line. These were the LJN figures that ran from 1984 to 1989. My nerdy self knows
Yep,
this.
you are right. I wish I had the belt. I wish I had this mint on card.
Oh my gosh, who doesn't?
Yeah. Anyway, that would be my first inductee into the
So, anytime
Bro
I'm,
Show Action Figure Hall of Fame.
me and my dad have this whole collection complete, and we would go through and
Brother.
when we'd meet certain wrestlers, we'd have them autograph all of them. The funniest interaction with these was George Animal Steel. And he wanted to look at it. And if you show me the figure real quick, if you hand it here, he goes, he starts looking at his figure, and he goes, I can always tell if the kids, he'd always ask you, is this yours from when you were a kid? And if you say yes, which I told him yes whenever he was autographing it, he goes, I can always tell if you were a fan of mine when you were a kid. And I'm like, how do you know that? He goes, if the front of my boots were worn out from me always doing the
Pinning
pin,
people.
he goes, and if the back of my heels were worn out, I could tell I was always losing. And I'm sad to say the back of your boots are worn out and the toes are still perfect. But the
Look
knee
at them knee
pads,
pads though.
it took a lot of boots.
Them knee pads were hitting that.
But I always think that when I see an LJN figure, it's like I always think of George Animal Steel making that comment. I'm like, how perfect is that?
I could have put all of them. I got a George Animal Steel over there too.
That's awesome.
I wish I got the Junkyard Dog. I wish I had Dog with the chain. I wish I had this Hogan with the belt.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my first two inductees into the Bro Show Action Figure Hall of Fame. Anyway, these are just from our personal. These, you know, we could have debated all day long on the toys out there in the world, but this is just for fun, by the way.
Josh says his favorite's the vibrating Hulk Hogan figure.
I've got one of them, don't I?
He doesn't say it's his favorite, but I know Josh. He likes his vibrating figures.
Yeah, we get you.
Michael says, "Wow, awesome Slammer, cool Hulk figure."
Thanks, brother.
That's a good classic figure. I'll go with another figure. This one kind of holds a special place in my heart, just because I actually remember getting this with my dad. At the time, this was my dad's actual favorite wrestler at the time.
Oh,
It was Mike Awesome from when he was in ECW.
I love Mike.
I had
Awesome.
the entire ECW line. I was missing 4 figures, and I sold the whole line. I sold all of them 5 or 6 years ago because I really needed money. But this was one I had to hold on to. I remember actually getting this at Toys R Us, still with the sticker price, $4.99.
Yeah.
Finding this with my dad and being so happy because I'm like, Dad's gonna be so proud. I'm buying.
Yeah.
Actually, he bought it for me because I was full.
What series was that?
This would be right here, the Bash of the Brawlers. I guess I'd say up here, Bash of the Brawlers. Comes with a Nova trading card.
Oh, very nice.
There's a few trading cards in there, but
never gonna know, are you?
Mike Awesome, the Bullet, Mike
Definitely.
Awesome with the ECW World Title around his waist.
Wow.
So there's my number 2 pick of the.
So that's your number 2. Well, I'm gonna go my second pick.
Michael says Junkyard Dog, awesome wrestler. Josh says nah. The last action figure he had was Alita, then it was autographed. That's pretty awesome.
My second inductee into the Bro Show Wrestling Action Figure Hall of Fame. I picked something from the WWF Hasbro series. This is probably my favorite.
Oh yes,
My Legion of Doom
beautiful
tag team set.
Beautiful.
That right there, Road Warrior, Hawk, and Animal. Gosh, dang it, dude! This rules so much. The only tag team I do not have is the Nasty Boys. I would love to have the Nasty Boys.
I feel like them and the Rockers are probably like the
1991. I've got the Rockers. I got the Bushwhackers. I got the Legion of Doom. I got Demolition.
I just love the back. I love the sketches on the back of all the wrestlers.
I've got Demolition, Smash, and Crush in a set.
Okay.
I got Axe and Smash in Series 1. They were separate, though. Okay. So, anyway.
I love the back of those Hasbros. They got the little trading card you cut out.
Yeah.
And then all the sketches of everybody else in the other series.
Anyway, this is probably...
Yeah, that's an awesome set.
That out of all the Hasbros, probably...
That's awesome.
Probably my favorites. I need a Giant Gonzalez.
Good pick.
If I had a Giant Gonzalez, I'd be like, whew, boy. I always see that picture. It's like, whatever, 1993 KB Toy Store, $4.99. You see,
well, remember
Sis
that was
Justice.
That was one I had
Gonzalez.
that I sold that I didn't know you needed. Remember when I had, I think I had bought like 12 Hasbro carded figures and I just bought them to resell, and that was before me and you were really talking a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me afterwards that was one you needed because I was like, oh.
That's one of them ones. It's just like, I just really want to have a carded Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah.
That would be.
And you know, there's 2 different versions of it.
Yeah, he's got
with the mustache
with
and
the
no
mustache and no mustache. See on this one? Nope.
I got Brother Brudai.
Hey, Coco Beware. I'd like that. That'd be awesome to have as well. Anyway, Legion of Doom, second inductee.
Michael says I miss Toys R Us and Road Warriors. What a rush!
What a rush!
Okay, up next, my pick number 3.
Number 3.
What kind of time we running here? We got 20 minutes.
Oh, we got all night. I'm on vacation.
I'm not.
Oh, I'm on vacation.
Pick number 3 for me
Oh,
was the debut of my all-time favorite wrestler. Hulk Hogan's number 2. Hulk Hogan's your number 1. My number 1.
Rock's not even in my top 10.
Oh my gosh. My all-time favorite, The Rock.
Probably not in my top 50 or
Come
100.
on, come on.
I'm serious, man. I like him just fine.
The Rock, my all-time favorite wrestler, the final boss. at this time was Rocky
Rocky
Maivia,
Maivia.
Series 5 Bone Crunching Action Jacks. Just about got this series complete. I think all I need is Savio Vega and Psycho Sid.
Whoa.
And it kills me to buy the Psycho Sid because it's not even a repaint of a different series. It's just a flat up re-release.
Re-release.
And the Savio
very
Vega,
tan.
and the Savio Vega, I always thought looked like Zoltan from the
From the big.
Gypsy Machine. But right there on the back, they got a couple other series. But number 3 pick, The Rock's very first action figure.
You know what's funny that that's your number 3 pick, because this is honestly the next one in my induction into the Bro Show Hall of Fame. I picked WWF Bad Boys Stone Cold Steve Austin. This was his first figure.
That's awesome. I picked The Rock's first figure. You picked Stone Cold's first figure.
I bought this for $5.99 at KB Toy Store.
That's awesome.
But that was his first figure. I thought this is a good one to induct into the
100%
Hall of
agree.
Fame. So,
Who else was in that series? That series got some decent.
well,
It was the first and maybe only full bad guy line.
yep, Farouk, Jerry the King Lawler, Justin Hawk Bradshaw, Vader, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Triple H's very
That
first
was his
figure.
first one.
Let's see. Michael says Stone Cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my number 4. I debated on making this my number 1 figure, but this is number 4. This is my second coup de grace. As in coup de grace, as in Great Muta.
I knew you were
Great
going to bring this.
Muta.
I knew you'd
The
bring this.
NWO Japanese
Woo!
Great Muta Noah figure. One of my favorite. This is really one of my favorite figures I own.
I don't know how
I've
it
got
couldn't be.
I've got to find the Monday Night Wars NWO Muta.
Same.
But I used to love Great Muta.
Yeah.
And,
Muda's
and
awesome.
having the NWO version,
Makes
I
it
had
better.
to just jump on this. Like last year or something. I got this.
I
I was so excited to get
Yeah.
it. So excited to bring it over and brag to you. I'm like,
Yes.
look what I got.
Woo.
Because I knew you'd be a big fan.
Hey,
just like
look
I
over
was.
there.
But the Great Muta,
Dang.
NWO.
Yeah. You know, dude, I will be honest with you. If it could have been Hogan, Hall, Nash, and Muda,
Yeah,
that would have been
That would have
fine
been-
with me.
yeah. Muta kind of got thrown in the mix there at the end when they
Yeah.
needed a Japanese duo over the others.
It-
Him and Masachana.
Yeah. They had the whole
Scott
NWO
Norton was
Japan.
over there,
That
yeah.
was pretty cool.
Scott
that
Norton
they
was big
did
over there.
that.
IRS, Michael Wall Street was big
Yep.
over there.
Mm-hmm.
Mad Max Poo. Whoa, yes.
Woo, yeah, woo.
It's funny the size difference of the Japanese figures compared to look at the size difference of those.
You know what though? I like how nobody is. I like how they're
Yeah.
all different
Yeah.
because they're just not.
Or you put this up against a 1996 Jack figure. I mean, look at that. Look at the size difference there.
Yeah.
How funny is that?
And it took them forever to get a ring to fit the correct size of these guys.
But one of my favorite figures all time. That's actually kind of a pretty recent acquisition, also.
old but new.
Old but new.
All right, this next one. Inductee into the Bro Show Hall of Fame.
David wants to know, how are you, Slammer?
I'm good, brother. How are you? This is a 1 of 1.
Oh,
This was actually made several years ago.
ooh,
You know this. A lot of people probably have not seen it.
oh.
You already know what it's going to be now. This is a
I
1
thought
of
it was gonna
1.
be a Funko Pop.
That is a Slammer action figure. Before I was Slammer, I had to give him a picture. I was like, this is when I owned Max Gym in Park Hills. Chris Max Jim McFarlane. I don't even know who this guy is. My name's Slammer.
Look, you got the tidy whities on too.
I got black trunks on.
Okay, the tidy
Black
blackies.
trunks. It's kind of, it's black trunks. Black.
Well, I love how you still have the sunglasses.
Sunglasses. I said I gotta have sunglasses. They said we'll give you whatever accessories you want. So anyway, that is a Slammer made by the Figure Toy Company. That is an actual my face. I said that my face on a figure. They actually took my face from my pictures. I had to send them several different design or pictures, and that is the first ever Slammer action figure. Welcome to the Bro Show Hall of Fame.
Let's see. David in the chat says, "Sorry, I feel like I went 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. What happened to you, brother?"
All right.
He's like Jake Paul over there.
Oh.
And my final induction into my 5 Hall of Fame figures. I started with Brother Hulk.
Gotta be macho.
It's only fitting to be ending with Brother Hulk.
Yes.
My personal Hulk Hogan LJN figure.
Let me tell you something, brother.
From when I was a kid. And
More out of mine.
Mine's even got the natural bald spot going on
Oh.
because he took a lot of DDTs from Jake the Snake, I think. But my personal LJN figure, you pulled that out first. I'm like, well, I'm saving this mine for last.
Pulled that right out, didn't I?
From again, 1984, LJN WWF action figures, and as you said, wish I had this baby in the box.
With the belt.
But let me tell you something,
brother.
I was the happiest child ever. Every time my mom and dad brought me one of these figures home. And this was by far my favorite toy as a kid ever playing with. Out of the G.I. Joes, the Hot Wheels, the random Star Wars figures that I had no idea who they were at the time. Hulk Hogan right here, this figure right here as a child. This was my childhood toy right here.
Yeah, it rules.
And looks like he even had a little bit of a blood spot going
It does.
on there.
It's like he had
if you look at his headband, he's got a little bit of blood spot. Like
a good thing he had his headband on, still got blood up.
He must have been wrestling King Kong Bundy and Big Luke Cage.
Bundy said, 5. So anyway, my last inductee into the Bro Show Action Figure Hall of Fame. Now, before the wrestling collecting ever took off, I was a huge wrestling fan. I was a huge G.I. Joe fan. I had I had action figures out the wazoo of G.I. Joe. I had the Terror Dome. Remember the Terror Dome with the little plane that shot out, big circular.
Yes.
I had what was the jet? The Sky Striker. I had hundreds of G.I. Joes. I had Cobras. I had the Joes, man. I would set these things up and have these awesome
I had
battles.
so many G.I. Joes because they were so cheap.
They were
I always
cheap.
got them for my birthday parties, for Christmas, from family members.
And being the huge wrestling fan I am, they had a special mail away. And you had to cut the little proofs of purchase off of the bags.
I had this too
and
as a
I
kid.
forget how many you had to do.
Yeah.
And all you had to do is turn in the proofs of purchases and whatever the shipping and handling was. It was like $8. And I mean, this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And this was the longest 6 to 8 weeks of my life. I think I probably sat down there and watched for the mailman every day from when I mailed this off.
You were like Ralphie on
I
Christmas
was.
Story.
I think I sat down there and I knew about when the mail truck would come. And I would sit down there on the steps and look out my front door to the mailbox. As soon as that mailman was there, man, I was running down there every day. And then one day, a little bitty cardboard box came in the mail. And it had my name on it, which was pretty cool as a little bitty kid getting something with your name on it. Little Slammer. Little cardboard box. And I opened it up, and there was just a little plastic bag sealed with Sergeant Slaughter.
That's awesome.
This is the...
He still got his baton, too.
Still got his baton. I do have another Sergeant Slaughter over there that I ended up getting because he had the little tank that he came with. Also had the Refrigerator Perry.
Oh, see, I never had that.
I had it. He was a mail away, too.
I actually didn't know that existed until just a few years ago, and I've almost bought him on eBay a few times.
He had a club with a football on it as his weapon. And I remember, let's see, it would have been 1990 something. We had a yard sale at our house. I sold my bike, which I'm still sad about. I just wish that I had it. I would just like
a mongoose? A Huffy? I always had Huffies.
Yeah. I got a toy chest, and I had the little pegs on the back where I could stand on the back and on the front. Anyway, I sold that, and I sold every single G.I. Joe, all the Man, I had
Jason
all the
King's in the
weapons.
chat.
I sold all that stuff, but I did not get rid of Sergeant Slaughter.
That's awesome.
Kid Hood. He's been
Eddie's
this
back.
dude's been with me
Through thick
for
and
a
thin.
literal lifetime, brother.
That's awesome.
I've had this forever.
Yeah. I actually remember getting that one. I think mine had like blue pants or something.
He's in good shape, dude.
Yeah, he is. I had one, but he had blue somewhere. I don't know if it was a blue top or blue pants. I remember mine had blue on it. And my other mail away I did with G.I. Joe's is I got my own dog tags with my name on
Oh,
it.
really?
I thought that was the coolest thing as a kid.
1985.
Mr. UPS himself, Jason King, is in
Jason,
the chat.
what's up, brother?
Hello from the field. I'm out farming and on vacation also.
Oh, enjoy your vacation, man.
Hey,
I know
UPS is
why.
giving. I don't know how was UPS functioning without you and Mr. King
They
out there
don't-
hitting the highways.
They don't have me at their disposal at the end of the day to say, can you go help such and such? You can't be over 9.5 hours. It's like, don't dispatch them that heavy then.
Yeah.
UPS makes package delivering way harder than it should be, brother.
All right, I got a few pickups this week.
Whoa, all
And
right.
I know you
I
said
got
you
nothing.
were a little
I
thin in the
couldn't.
skin.
I went to Walmart today. I thought I'd probably find something. I got nothing. I lose. Good day, sir.
So this week, I don't know if you realize, this past Saturday was Free Comic Book Day,
I do realize that.
and
So how does
your
that
boy,
work?
Your
You
boy
just,
hit Free Comic Book Day up.
how does that work? What's that mean? Free comic books.
See, I have never been until my buddy Chad. He's a big comic book nerd. I know nothing about comic books other than they've made them in the movies. I used to love X-Men when I was a kid. Free Comic Book Day, I think, just brings people into the stores. The comic book shops that buy all the current issues and put them out weekly or whatever it is, they get a big supply of all these sorts of different free comics for them to pass out. Each store everywhere participating has their own rules. Dave's Not Just Comics here in Park Hills.
Mhm.
You could have one of every single one. There's probably like 20 different ones you could have if you want them all. We went up to Tater Tot Comics up in
Tater tot.
up in Arnold.
Okay.
They were just grab 2 issues because they have bigger crowds, because there's a bigger area up there. But then the stores usually have sales on all their comics. They run specials. They have buy one get one frees, half off comics. Whatever the store wants to do at that point. But it's pretty much just gets the people in with all the free comics. So all the free comics I picked up, I gave to my buddy Chad. But up there at Tater Tot Comics, they knew your boy was coming. They knew the White Larry Bird was coming.
Uh-oh.
A big wrestling fan. So I started going through the magazines. They got some wrestling magazines.
Oh, boy.
$1 a piece I couldn't pass up.
No.
They had $1 a piece wrestling
Oh.
magazines.
Whoa.
I started off, this is a DirecTV TV
Alright.
guide ad I
Sweet.
had never seen before. I thought this would be pretty neat to add to.
I think that's a
This would
wonderful addition to
This
your
would be
collection.
WrestleMania 19
X1X 19.
from Seattle.
Seattle.
And this was the match where Brock Lesnar did that.
Where you've
the
landed
flip.
on his head.
But I have never seen this photo before. I thought this was a really cool DirecTV magazine. I was like, how
Shooting Star Press.
Shooting Star Press.
Landed right on his noggin,
Well,
didn't he?
how bizarre was this? It's not even a WWE magazine. I was like, what a cool cover.
That rules.
So I picked that up for $1. Also up next, I picked up, this may be John Cena's very first cover
Mm-hmm.
from April of 2003.
I probably got it.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I just went ahead and picked it up for $1. I couldn't beat that. It was
Oh,
already
yeah.
bagged and boarded professionally.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can't beat that with a stick, huh?
so the John Cena's debut cover,
Sweet.
straight up Cena, WWE's rookie sensation, rocks the house, is what the
Wow.
cover says.
All right.
Pretty cool.
That rules.
Up next, I picked up for $1. Or no, this was actually $10 from 1968. I haven't even cracked this open yet. This was a souvenir program from Ripley's Believe It or Not, St. Augustine, Florida. It was originally 25
Whoa.
cents. I just thought this was something just.
Sounds like you got ripped off by $9.75.
I just thought this was so cool, especially from 1968.
Yeah.
I don't know how long Ripley's has been around. This has to be
Forever.
fairly early. I would think from 68.
68's pretty.
So this was a souvenir program for $0.25 you could buy back then. I just thought this was amazing. And I felt like I needed to spend some money because this was actually the first thing I found. I didn't think I was going to buy anything. So I picked it up and I'm like, this is really odd, and I really like it. Like, I was kind of attracted to this.
You know, they probably gonna have a new magazine come out for Ripley's Believe It or Not, and they'll have you and it'll be like, can you believe this knucklehead bought this 25-cent
And I'll be like-
magazine for $10?
And this is the cover.
Yeah, it was me. I did it. It's a me, a Mookie. It's a me,
Audio.
It's a Burichi.
Me and Caitlin do that all the time on Snapchat. She'll send me mustache pictures, and she goes, "I'm a boutique."
Anytime I see that name, I don't care how busy I am. I'm like, gosh dang it, I gotta take a picture of this and send it to Mookie and
I
Paige.
love you when you see the video. I save all the videos in our chat.
It's funny whenever because they have the Italian flag over there, and it's just like they're. Oh wow, that's funny.
Doug says, "What's up, my bros? What's up, Doug?
Doug, what's
Thanks for
up?
joining us." And this magazine's from 1983. Another dollar bargain pickup.
Oh,
Tough Stuff. You remember the Tough Stuff? Just like Beckett. They were
yeah,
like,
I
the
do.
price guide. I just had to grab it because of this cover.
That's a beautiful
Beavis and
cover.
Butthead. I'm a big 90s kid, and nothing says more 90s than Beavis and Butthead.
El Beavis
Or
and
is-
El Butthead.
Or as their neighbor called them, Beaver and Butthole.
Mr.
Anderson.
You two boys stole my riding lawnmower.
But it's got all kinds of price guide, all kinds of just oddball.
Hey, have I ever shown you my price guide that I have with all the action figures in it from the 90s?
I have a few.
I've got
Is the
one.
The Rock action figure on the cover of that?
Ooh,
Maybe.
I'd have to look at the cover because I just know it's from that.
I have. And then final, last but not least, is nothing special, as in nothing in this whole pile was. But for $1, I didn't want to pass them up. The inaugural SmackDown magazine
Oh.
issue #1, featuring your boy John Cena.
I couldn't tell you if I have that or not. Possibly.
But this is kind of a short-run magazine when they split up Raw and
Mhm.
SmackDown into brands. Then they decided to come out with their own magazines. So I thought that was a pretty cool pickup. I think I actually have this. I just picked it up because it's $1.
Yeah.
John Cena's on his retirement tour. Let's do it.
Good pickup. Good pick 'em up.
So then
Whoa, and there's more.
Afterwards, we run down the street to Planet Overstock,
Oh,
and I find a figure.
oh.
I find a figure, and I want to open this figure.
You're gonna
Maybe
open
we'll be
it?
able to open it next week because we're running short on time here.
We're on Tony Khan overtime.
But for $11.50, Psycho Sid, give me the fist bump. I'm gonna open this one up next week.
I can see
Box-
why that
the
box,
box is
is
pretty rough.
destroyed.
But what a cool figure! I couldn't leave that one sitting on the shelf.
You know, there are figures that's good that you got it and we'll open it up
Yeah,
because I like to keep my stuff in boxes.
I do too. But
And-
every once in a while, there's something like that.
Man, I was gonna pick the head shrinkers up there, and the
They got
boxes
Jamal
were
and Rosie.
so bad.
And those
that
are the good ones to open up because
yeah,
they're
but
like
those
they're like
those
half
were the
off.
older ones, the Samu and Fatu.
Yeah.
And I wanted those in boxes. So
And last but not least,
oh,
I pre-ordered this a figure a while back. Completely forgot I got on Target and ordered this figure. It's been hitting people's mailboxes this week, including your boy, the White Layer Birds.
whoa, hitting
Bum,
mailbox.
bum, 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 bum. The
Ooh.
brand new, the last edition, the last WWF, last WWE World Champion, the Hulkster. And I actually got to see him with the undisputed world title right after Backlash in Kansas City. They had Monday Night Raw the following night in St. Louis, where he just come out and talked on the microphone. He didn't even wrestle because he wrestled the night before. Beats The Undertaker for the
The
belt.
Undertaker.
Triple H interfered in the match, but oh man, as soon as I seen this figure was coming out, that's why I pre-ordered it. Because I'm like,
Did you get it from Target?
yeah, Target.com. But yeah, I had to have this one. I'd really like to get another one to open this one because this is. I still got my ticket from that night. I think it'd be kind of cool to open this
Yeah,
one and put
with
that
the-
ticket.
Yeah. That's nice. They got the nice belt.
I like the bow. It looks really nice.
Does it say Cardillo on it?
It says Dilly. No.
Dilly.
I love
Cordillo.
that's his face he does when he does the point. Here's a little bit more up close. I love
Too
the big feathered
sweet.
boas in the middle as Cardillo weight belt. Different alternate faces. Undisputed championship belt. You can change the hands on them down here. Very cool. I didn't know if you'd seen that one yet.
I haven't seen it live.
The only thing that bugs me about it is I wish his bandana was pulled down just a little bit more.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah.
It's a little too far up on his forehead for my liking, but what do you do? That is my pickup for the week.
That's the pickup for the week, and that
So out of all your
was,
figures, what is your number one inductee Hall of Fame?
the number one inductee would be the Sergeant Slaughter G.I. Joe.
And I'm going with LJN, my personal childhood LJN, Hulk Hogan. What you gonna do, brother?
Eddie,
Wait, there's
maggot.
All right, I think we're winding down for the
I
night,
think we're winding down.
for the week.
The Slammer Maniac, the Bro Show Maniacs are probably winding down. They probably gotta go to bed.
I gotta get this vein, get these veins pumping.
I'm glad it already worked out because I'm ready to just go upstairs and sit down a while. Even though I'm on vacation, I really haven't had a chance to just relax. So
We will be back on our normal time next Monday.
Monday, 7 o'clock, Monday night, bro. And you know what? Be ready. I am going to have a contest next Monday night
Oh, I like contests.
for a Bro Show signed 8x10. Bro Mookie will sign it. Bro Slam will sign it. We're going to do just like we did last time. There's going to be 20 questions that I will come up with for Bro Mookie to answer.
Just do 10. 20 is
There's
a
going to be
lot.
20 There's going to be 20 questions.
I'll answer 10.
So
Paige
we'll-
can answer the other
We'll
10.
need 20 people to join us next week. You all get a number to pick, 1 through 20. Once a number's picked, that number's eliminated. So someone will win an 8x10 Bro Mookie, Bro Slammer, Bro Show 8x10.
Get so excited. I'm about damn near explode.
Oh, so join us next Monday night. Other than that, join us here. Slammer. Like, share, comment. Follow this page. Go to my personal page, Chris Slammer. Add me on there as a friend. I'll be your friend. Be awesome. Chris
You
Slammer.
got a
Chris
friend
Chris_Slammer on Instagram.
You got a friend in me.
At Max Jim on Twitter. At MACSGYM. At Max Jim on Twitter. X.
Doug, thanks for joining us, brother.
Thanks, brother. Slammer 4878 on YouTube. Slammer Mania on TikTok. Cameo at Max Jim. Book me to wish somebody happy birthday, happy anniversary. Almost anything you want. Book it, and I'll say it.
He'll even wiggle his toes at you.
Whatever it takes. $20 is $20, man.
Oh, hey-o.
Or maybe 30. Depends on how fast they want that delivered. So anyway, go to Cameo. Get all the details there. ProWrestlingTees.com/Slammer. ProWrestlingTees.com/Slammer. Get yourself a Slammer t-shirt. Black with yellow writing on ProWrestlingTees.com. We Run the Ropes. You go on Instagram, find their site easier. We Run the Ropes. Get the exclusive Slammer shirt that's on there. It's really awesome. This Saturday night, MMWA, South Broadway Athletic Club. I'll be in action. Come see me at my merch table. Get a picture with me. Get some merch. I don't know. You coming?
I will be there.
Mookie will be there.
Hey, Kaylin is.
It's going to be awesome. We will be running wild at South Broadway. So come and see us Saturday night. I think that's all I got for now.
You can find the King of Cool, a.k.a. the man, the myth, the legend, the White Larry Bird, right here every Monday night on the Slammer Facebook page.
Whoa.
You can find me on my personal Facebook page at Kyle Mookie Skynet. Send me a friend request, send me a follow, send me a message. I will say hi.
He'll be your friend too. It'll be
I will
awesome.
kiss your baby. I don't
Whoa.
care. You can find me on the TikTok at the White Larry Bird. I just put up a fun video the other day. I don't know if you've seen this on my TikTok. I went to a thrift store and I have this fascination at thrift stores when I'm looking at the VHS tapes to put all the same movies
I
together.
did see that.
and at this one, every time I've went, I found a Pretty Woman VHS
Pretty
tape,
Woman.
and I keep putting Julia Roberts next to Julia Roberts. My goal at some point is to have this whole shelf nothing but Pretty Woman. And I'm going to be sad because I know at some point somebody's going to go there and just mix them all up.
Yeah.
But my life's goal, the Lord's work, is the Lord told me to work on this, to bring you Julia Roberts, Richard Gere, Pretty Woman VHS tape collection all together at once. Find that on my White Larry Bird TikTok video. That's all I got.
That's all you got? That's all I got, man. So anyway, what you gonna do when the Bro Show
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh,
End
hey,
entertains.
end early.